Did you know that in the last 3 weeks alone, the American economy has shed over 100,000 jobs? That's not a yearly statistic, not a quarterly report. That's in just 21 days. While the headlines might feel scattered, a terrifying pattern is emerging. This isn't just a market correction, it's a concentrated economic crisis hitting specific parts of the country harder than anyone could have predicted. And if you live in one of these 5 states, or your job is in one of these vulnerable industries, you need to be paying very close attention. Stick around until the end because the state at number 1, its situation is far more shocking and complex than it appears on the surface. The numbers we're seeing in early 2025 are staggering. According to the latest Bureau of Labor Statistics adjustments and reports from tracking firms like Challenger, Gray and Amp, Christmas, we've crossed a grim milestone: 100,000 confirmed job losses in a 3-week period. But to understand this, we need to look beyond the number. We need to look at the why. This wave is being driven by a perfect storm of 3 key factors. Number 1. The AI and automation acceleration. Companies, under pressure from shareholders in a tight economy, are fast-tracking AI integration. This is no longer just about factory robots, it's about AI-driven software. It's about AI-driven software automating roles in customer service, data analysis, and even mid-level management. Number 2. The corporate consolidation effect. The high interest rate environment of 2023 and 2024 is finally forcing the hand of many over-leveraged companies. We're seeing a surge in mergers and acquisitions, and you know what follows M&A? Synergizing, which is corporate speak for cutting redundant jobs to please investors. Number 3. The retail reckoning. Consumer spending patterns have permanently shifted. The post-pandemic bounce is over, and legacy brick-and-mortar chains are collapsing under the weight of online competition and debt. This is hitting retail and logistics jobs incredibly hard. Now, let's break down the 5 states facing the brunt of this crisis. Starting at number 5, Michigan. This one, sadly, might feel familiar. The heart of the American auto industry is sputtering. The transition to electric vehicles is proving more painful and costly than anticipated. Major legacy automakers have announced a strategic pause on several EV production lines, leading to temporary layoffs that many fear will become permanent. Furthermore, the ripple effect is devastating parts suppliers across the state. In the last 3 weeks, over 8,000 jobs in manufacturing and affiliated sectors have been lost. The challenge for Michigan is evolving, not disappearing. At number 4, New York. Don't let the glitter of Wall Street fool you. The pain in New York is concentrated in 2 areas: fintech and retail. The finance sector, always a bellwether, is trimming fat. Back-office operations, data entry, and even some analyst roles are being automated or outsourced. But the bigger hit is to New York City's iconic retail and service industry. Several major department store chains and restaurant groups have shuttered locations, citing soaring rents and lower foot traffic. Over 9,500 job losses here are a sign that even in America's richest city, the economic model is fracturing. Number 3, California. It's the scale that shocks you. While the tech hub of Silicon Valley gets all the headlines, the job losses in California are widespread. Yes, we've seen well-publicized layoffs at major tech companies. Another 5,000 jobs gone in the past month from big names you know. But the real crisis is in the Central Valley. Agriculture, a bedrock of the state's economy, is being hammered by a combination of extreme regulatory changes in 2025 on water usage and the continued automation of harvesting. Trucking and logistics jobs are also down due to port automation and reduced trade volumes. A staggering 22,000 jobs lost, proving that California's economy is facing a dual crisis of both high-tech and heartland disruption. Number 2, Texas. This is the surprise entry for many. The Texas miracle, powered by oil and gas, is facing a new reality. The global energy market is in a state of flux. Prices are volatile, and many shale operations, which require high investment, are becoming unprofitable. This has led to significant layoffs in extraction and refining. But there's a second blow. The tech corridor in Austin, which boomed during the pandemic, is now experiencing a harsh correction. Companies that overexpanded are now contracting, leading to a wave of layoffs in marketing, sales, and HR roles. Over 15,000 jobs lost in 3 weeks show that even the most robust state economies are not immune. And now, the number one state in crisis, a state that might shock you: Pennsylvania. Why Pennsylvania? The numbers here are deeply concerning. Nearly 25,000 jobs lost in 3 weeks. But the why is the real story. Pennsylvania is being hit from every single angle. Traditional manufacturing, its legacy steel and coal industries continue to decline. Warehousing and logistics, the eastern part of the state became a massive hub for giant warehouses. With the retail collapse and companies optimizing delivery networks, these warehouses are the first to see layoffs. Healthcare consolidation. Surprisingly, a major source of recent job loss is healthcare. Several large hospital networks in PA have announced mergers to survive, leading to immediate cuts in administrative staff. The green energy pivot strain. The transition towards renewable energy is creating jobs in the long term, but it's causing dislocation right now. Plants are closing before new factories are fully operational. Pennsylvania represents the complete story. It's being hit by the decline of the old economy, the consolidation of the service economy, and the painful transition to the new economy, all at once. It's the perfect microcosm of America's current economic anxiety, and that's what makes it the most shocking and critical situation on this list. Now, for the latest developments as of February 2025. The White House has acknowledged the situation, pointing to the newly signed American Industrial Resilience Act, which aims to offer tax incentives to companies that retrain workers instead of laying them off. Critics, however, say the bill is too little, too late, and lacks enforcement mechanisms. Furthermore, the Federal Reserve's next meeting is being watched more closely than ever. The big question on Wall Street is, will they finally cut interest rates aggressively to stimulate job growth, or will fears of reigniting inflation keep them hesitant? This decision will directly impact whether these job losses are a terrible blip or the start of a more serious trend. So, what does this mean for you? Whether you're secure in your job or feeling anxious, knowledge is your best defense. First, understanding these trends is crucial. Is your industry or your state vulnerable? This isn't about spreading fear, it's about being proactive. Upskill. Look into how AI is used in your field and network. Second, I want to hear from you. Does this match what you're seeing in your community? Are you in one of these 5 states? Let's have a conversation in the comments below. Your on-the-ground perspective is more valuable than any headline. If this video gave you clarity, did you know you can support this channel for free? Hit the like button right now, it helps more than you know. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and ring that bell so you don't miss our next update. But most importantly, I want to hear from you. What are you seeing in your local economy? Are you or anyone you know affected by these layoffs? Let's start a conversation. Drop your thoughts, your experiences, and your questions in the comments below. I read every single one. Stay informed, stay prepared, and I'll see you in the next video.